Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is day 64 of my journey to learn Japanese, and the purpose of this series of live streams is to document my progress at learning Japanese, having started as a complete beginner. Now, my goal for today is to practice some more kanji and also do some reading practice. And for that, we're going to be using lingocommand.com. That's the website that we have on screen here. So I'm going to press start now, and I'm going to go to the Japanese section over here. And then what I want to do is practice some vocabulary. Now, I've done like a series of topics previously. I've also done Verbs 1, which is like 25 frequently used Japanese verbs. And I think actually that verbs are like a really important building block for any foreign language. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Verbs 2 over here and continue to learn the kanji for different verbs. So let's explain what we have on screen here. So we've got this table for Japanese verbs. The English here is in the left column, the Japanese in the right column. And if we want to know how the word is pronounced, we just press here.
運ぶ、切る、立つ。
Yeah, we just press there for the pronunciation. And of course, you may have noticed that this Japanese, it's written in Romaji, but at a click of a button, we can view it in hiragana and katakana, or even hiragana, katakana, and kanji. And of course, the kanji are highlighted in blue. And if we press here, we can see the stroke order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start studying these kanji. And I think, trying to do all 25 in one go, that's a little bit too much to start with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select a subset. I'm going to go and study the first 5 verbs here. And what we'll do is we'll basically take the quiz that turns that series of 5 questions into, or 5 words into a series of questions. Questions are posed in English, and then we write our answer in hiragana, katakana, or kanji. And I also want to practice stroke order. So I'm going to handwrite my answers and apply random ordering. That scrambles the order in which the questions are asked to kind of keep us on our toes. So let's make a start. So to open in Japanese, and so this is one thing that I like to do. I like to jump straight in, even if I don't really know what the answer is. So I do not even recall the romaji, like just the word for to open. So let's take a look. It's akeru. Okay, so this is akeru. What about to wear clothes? Is that ikiru? Let's take a look. No, it's kiru. Kiru. Okay. To carry, as in to transport something, is that hakobu? Let's take a look. Yeah, okay, hakobu. Hi, Pei Alameo. How are you doing? O genki desu ka? Thanks for joining the stream. So to live, I think actually might be ikiru. Ikiru, yeah. Okay, nice. And then to leave, as in to depart. What's that? Tatsu. Tatsu. So I think we're just going to apply random ordering one more time, and we'll try and write the romaji at least for these 5 verbs. So to open was akeru. Akeru, okay. To leave, as in to depart, was tatsu. Tatsu. To live was ikiru. Yeah. To carry, as in to transport, is hakobu. Yeah. And to wear clothes was kiru. Okay, so we've got the the romaji down. Yes, I think you wrote genki desu -- anata wa. That's probably like, how about you? Hai, genki desu. Arigatou gozaimasu. So now that we've got the readings, like the romaji down, so to open is akeru. Now let's take a look at the kanji here. So we've got a kanji with a total of 12 strokes, which has a reading of a. So we're gonna write that in red. I like to kind of color code my different writing systems, and we'll zoom out just a tad so that everything kind of fits on screen. So let's take a look. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe a bit more space, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that has a reading of a. Okay, so let's do this from the top. So to open is akeru. And so we've got this kanji here with a reading of a, and it's got 12 strokes. It was 1, 2, 3, 4. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Now that's not quite right. Ah, the dashes can be used to extend the vowel like in English. I'm good. Right, because it's interesting that you pointed it out because, for example, let's write our katakana in purple. You know, for like supermarket, it's like su pa. So I guess that's the same concept, right? Using the dash to extend vowel sounds. I thought this was only for katakana, but I suppose it's also the case for hiragana. Awesome. Okay, so I see. So what's going on here is this was correct. This is indeed 4 strokes. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you start here with this line, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th stroke is wider than the 9th. You do this shape. So we have what we need now. So let's do this one more time. So this is akeru. And the kanji looks like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th stroke. That's the 6th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Maybe a bit too much spacing here, but that is looking pretty decent. So this is a. And then we just have keru. Let's zoom out, give ourselves a bit of space. For a total of akeru, which is to open. Okay, so indeed, the space between these two radicals here, I suppose you could call them, is a lot smaller than the width of either of them. So that's worth remembering. But we'll give that a pass, and then we'll move on to leave, as in to depart. Yeah, the dashes extend the vowel sounds, and sometimes it can be just part of the word, like in katakana loan words, supermarket, for example. But other times you can just use them casually, like I did. I see. Thank you for pointing that out. But yeah, I'm thinking that these verbs are pretty useful to learn. So that's why I'm just doing another 25 verbs, the kanji for that. Now, to leave as in to depart is tatsu. So I think what's going on is we'd have a kanji with a reading of ta, and then tsu in hiragana. Nice. So this is just 5 strokes. I've never seen this shape before. Okay, so this is tatsu. And I think the stroke order, presumably it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has a reading of ta. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just put tsu there. Yeah, okay. And then to live is ikiru. This is 1 or 2 kanji? 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, this is gonna be a bit tricky because I'm so used to the kanji for ushi, which is like cow, and there you've got one stroke here, a second there, a third there, and then this is 4. If this was the 5th stroke, it kind of would have made sense to me. But here, the stroke order is different than the strokes for ushi. Now, of course, the 2nd stroke is a bit wider than the 4th, whilst here, this... So basically, for cow, ushi, this stroke is wider than that one, whilst here it's the opposite. So I guess I just need to realize that this is completely different. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So the 3rd stroke is the vertical one, and then we just add kiru at the end. Kiru. Ikiru. Okay, cool. Why don't we apply random ordering and see if I can remember those 3. So it was to open was akeru. That had a kanji with 12 strokes. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we don't want to leave too much space here. So we'll put that there. 5, 6, 7, 8. Makes sense that this is the 5th stroke as well, because then you can get the placement correct. 9, 10, 11, 12. So I think that's looking a lot better than any of the previous attempts. So that has a reading of A. Put ke there. Ru here for a total of akeru, to open. Very nice. And then we're on to leave. So to leave or to depart, well, that's tatsu. Tatsu. And I think that's the kanji with the reading of like, I think that the kanji here has 5 strokes. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait. 3, 4, 5. So this is a reading of ta. Ta, let's put our furigana there. And then this is tsu. Tatsu. Yeah, okay. So the 5th stroke is indeed a bit wider than the 2nd. And the 4th stroke starts a little bit higher than the 3rd. So that's the pass. And then we're on to which one did I do? Did I do ikiru? I think I did. Now there was a kanji with the reading of I, but what was it? So I have some kanji here, and then it was kiru. Let's take a look here. Oh, no, of course, because ikiru is to live. Oh, I'm getting stuff mixed up. And okay, this was 5 strokes. I'm gonna remember this. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just not quite happy with the shape here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that has a reading of I, and then it's ki, ru. And I noticed something interesting. So when you look at to wear clothes, well, that's kiru. And shitagi, that means underwear in Japanese. So I'll explain where I'm going with this. Basically, this is the kanji with the reading of shita. I think it's like that, shita. And then the kanji with the reading of gi in shitagi. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, wait, hold on. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then for shitagi, underwear, this has a reading of gi, like that. Whilst here in kiru, actually the kanji with the reading of ki is the same thing, but it's got a reading of ki, not gi. I just want to, I suppose, check the stroke order, but we'll find out, right? We'll just write kiru. So that kind of preface done, let's make a start. So I think that this is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a reading of ki. And then this is a reading of ru. Or sorry, this is just ru in hiragana for a total of kiru. So this is great. This is a kanji that we're already familiar with. That makes life just a lot simpler. And then we have to carry, which was, well, let's think this through. So this is akeru, that's tatsu, that's ikiru, kiru. So this is hakobu, if I remember correctly. So we've got some kanji with the reading of ha and then kobu, presumably, but no idea what the kanji is for that. Okay, this is looking quite involved. So let's try and break this down. So 12 strokes. And these diagrams use something called like rainbow stroke order. So basically the first stroke's always going to be in red, the second's going to be in orange, the third is going to be in yellow, fourth in green, fifth in blue, sixth in indigo, seventh in violet, and then it loops back. So the 8th stroke's going to be in red, the 9th stroke's going to be in orange, the 10th stroke's going to be in yellow, and so forth. And when you look at this, I mean, even if we zoom in, so you don't actually see the number 1 here anywhere. And that's because this red stroke is actually the first stroke, but it's kind of hidden by the second. And so when you know that it's in this rainbow ordering, like in the rainbow, like red comes first, then you know that's the first stroke. So I just wanted to kind of explain that, how that can be useful to determine stroke order when looking at these diagrams. So it's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, here, same concept again. So we know after yellow comes green. So this is the 4th stroke, this vertical stroke here. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7. Then it's 8. And it's 9, 10. Weird squiggle for the 11th stroke. It's kind of like a 3. And then that's the 12th. Okay, let's try that one more time. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now, the bottom of this 3 looking thing should be actually just below 8. So I'm going to put it here. And then this line, God, it's kind of complicated. It's, okay, so it starts here, it ends there, and then we kind of curve down like that. So let's try this whole thing from scratch. So to carry is into transport is hakobu. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we just got that quite nicely. That looks pretty good to me. So this is ha, ko. Let's zoom out here. This is bu. So we write fu, apply dakuten to get bu. So let's submit our answer. Oh, and so here we can see that our furigana is wrong, or like just the whole thing, because this actually has a reading of hako. So it's just bu at the end, which means presumably this is a goldan verb. Because if something ends with iru or eru, we know we're dealing with ichidan verb. So this is goldan, which means it has like 5 different variants, each of which can have like somewhere between 1 or 2 one or two variations. So we'll classify that as incorrect. Okay, so let's see what you were writing, pay LMAO. So saying tatsu can also mean to depart on a journey, but it's a way more niche meaning. The main one being to stand up or to rise. Is more used to stand up or to rise, to go out. To leave would be some other one. Meaning. Deru. Okay, so that first kanji is a reading of de. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So I might be breaking your flow here, but I just feel like pointing out that before you get too deep into the memorization. Tatsu, I see. No, please, I really appreciate that you pointed that out, because that's how how the app kind of gets better for everyone. Get a DeepSeek console. Yeah, so actually, I think that's a great shout. So let's see, if I put DeepSeek in, and I Google explain the difference between tatsu and desu. But here, to make this clear, I kind of need the kanji, or because as well, it was deru, not desu. No. Wait, stop. Sorry, I mean tatsu versus deru. Okay. Tatsu means to stand or to rise. It's about standing up, to stand in place or rise upwards, like smoke or dust. Common meanings are to stand up, to be standing, to rise, to depart, to be in a standing position. Okay, so isu kara tatsu, to stand up from a chair. Eki mai ni tatte iru, standing in front of a station. And then deru is to go out or to leave or to appear. Okay, and then is there any case when, because at this point I completely agree, Pei, this needs to be fixed, because this is bad. So is there any case when tatsu is considered means to depart? Densha ga tatsu. Shinkansen. Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is a really like kind of niche use of the verb. So let's make the fix, I suppose. So what I want to know is like tatsu meaning to stand up or to rise. Yeah, okay, so let's open Visual Studio Code. I'm just going to do a super quick fix here. So what we can do is we can type in npm run dev, so that spins up a local copy of the website. And then we just search the code base for tatsu. Yeah, fantastic. So if we now go to our local copy and we go to verbs 2 and we search for tatsu. So here it says to leave is in departure. Now what if I just said to stand up? To stand up. So then if we refresh this page, it says to stand up. Would you agree, PLMEO, that that would be a good improvement? You could even just check the code base here. So let's say if we swap the languages, tatsu, and we put into stand up. Yeah, I think that's a lot better. So fixing vocab in verbs 2 topic. And this is the end of the coding. We'll go back to studying our Japanese verbs. So git branch, just want to push this to production as well. Git merge development. This will be done in about 10 more seconds. Okay, cool. So now in 2 minutes, this fix will be deployed to our website for everyone to use. But we're now going to go back to this and do one more round of these 5 verbs. So, hi. Sorry, so I'm the software engineer that built this this app, and there was a mistake with the Japanese. So I was just deploying a quick fix, but now we're going to go back to Japanese. So to open is akeru, akeru, and no, please do not apologize at all. One of the reasons why I stream is because I want the product to improve, and so, you know, if it was a big fix, I wouldn't do it on stream, but something this quick, I think it's best to just kind of get it out the way. So the kanji with the reading of a in akeru, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then there's a 9th stroke here. The 10th is wider than the 9th. Then it's 11, 12. So that's the kanji. It's got a reading of a. Yes, indeed. I made this app. Basically, I'm a software engineer, so I spent a lot of time building this product. So we don't have a lot of space here, so I'm just going to write it over there. So this kanji is a reading of a, and then we can zoom out. This is keru for a total of akeru. So let's take a look. So that is indeed a total of 12 strokes. Everything looks in order, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're going to proceed to leave or so actually, let's do a quick refresh. Okay, so we'll come back to that one. So to wear clothes is kiru. Kiru. And what's nice is I just also started learning web development. That's amazing. What are you using to build your websites? Are you doing like JavaScript, TypeScript, just plain HTML? But yeah, that's awesome. So there's a word shitagi, which is underwear, and for that word, it's like 1, 2, 3. So that's the kanji with the reading of shita, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this kanji in shitagi has a reading of gi, but if we basically take this out, this also has a reading of ki in the word kiru. So I guess there are 2 readings, or at least 2. And then you just take ru at the end. So let's write this neatly. So I think what's nice here is when there's like some repetition, like where we're using stuff we've learned previously. So this kanji with the reading of ki, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's clean up the shape here. 11, 12. So this has a reading of ki. Notice that, when you handwrite the hiragana character ki, you need to leave this little gap here. And then we just take ru at the end. So yeah, indeed, this is the same kanji. So we'll give that a pass. And then we're going to proceed to the next one. How about we go with ikiru? Ikiru. The kanji with the reading of I, what was it? It was... it's cool that you bring up shitagi, because the shita means part literally means under, and gi part literally means where. I see, that's cool. Because I think as well, if you look like at the word kutsuishita, so kutsu means shoe, and then shita means under. So I guess under shoe, clearly that would mean sock. So this shita is quite a useful kanji, I suppose. And Adami Hamid Sensei is saying, I'm N4 passed in Japanese, so right now doing JLPT N3 preparation. That's amazing. Good on you. I hope to catch up to you one day. So, what was this kanji with the reading of I? I keep forgetting this. Okay, so let's write this. So this is ikiru. This has 5 strokes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a reading of I. This we write kiru in hiragana. So this is the 3rd stroke. So we'll classify that as incorrect. Now, if I go back here, our fix was just deployed. So this is now to stand up instead of to I forgot what the previous meaning was, but basically this is now correct. Tatsu is to stand up. So now we can go back and do our quiz. I'm just going to take one more moment to study this. So this is the kanji with the reading of I in ikiru. This has a reading of ta and tatsu. Okay. Let's give this a go. So to carry is into transport is that hakobu? And so then the kanji would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sorry. This is 7, that's 8. And then this goes down here to 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So I think that this kanji has a reading of ha, ko. And then here we just need to write fu. We apply dakuten to get bu for a total of hakobu, which is to carry words into transport. Give that a pass. And then we're on to wear clothes. So to wear clothes, that's kiru, which LMAO kindly pointed out, just this kanji means like wear, I guess. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is a reading of ki. And then we just put ru there for a total of kiru. So our stroke order was correct, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to stand up. So to stand up was, God, what was this? To stand up. So this was tatsu. Thank you for saying that the Japanese logic is good. I appreciate that. My ethnicity, so I'm mixed. I'm Dutch and Ethiopian. How about yourself? So, yeah, so the kanji with the reading of ta and tatsu, it's 1, 2, 3. This fourth stroke starts a bit higher than the third, and then this stroke's a bit wider than the second stroke. So basically, that has a reading of ta. So we'll write our furigana in blue. I mean, actually, we're gonna write all our hiragana in blue. So I like this color coding system. Romaji in black, kanji in red, hiragana in blue, and katakana if it's ever required in purple. So our kanji here looks pretty spot on, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're gonna proceed to akeru. Akeru. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 strokes with a reading of a. It's a little bit cramped. One thing that we can do on Lingo Command is we can zoom in here to kind of get that writing just a tad better, but it's a bit of a tight squeeze. So this is ke, and then we put a ru there for a total of akeru, which is to open. Great. So I think that kanji looks pretty spot on, so I'm going to give that a pass, and then we're on to live. So to live is ikiru. Now, am I going to forget this kanji again? What was this? Pakistani and ethnically Kashmiri. Awesome. Thanks for joining the stream. Glad to have you here. What was this kanji? What was this kanji? Let's take a look. This is not. Oh my god, I just keep getting this wrong. So 1, 2, third stroke is vertical. 4, 5. And the shape is off as well. So let's do this again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a little bit better. So this has a reading of I. And then we just need a kiru here. I think, you know, the problem is, so we'll give this a fail, of course, because we took a look at the answer. So I now also need to not only remember the kanji, but associate them to the word. So I need some kind of mnemonic. So this is 12 strokes. Maybe I can consider this some type of sled carrying this box. We'll call that for to carry. This, of course, we know what that means. Actually, this is not the correct approach. The correct approach would be to ask DeepSeek, what does this kanji mean? Okay, that literally means to open. Fine. What about this one? What does this kanji mean? So it's one of the most versatile, and it means life, birth. So of course that would come into to live. So that makes sense. What does that mean? What about that kanji? Okay, means to stand or to rise. So I think this actually helps now, because if we start thinking about this as like rebirth or life, everything starts to make a lot more sense. So I think what I'd like to do is add a few more words. So we're gonna say hide the unselected words, and we'll bring in to bring and to write and to think. We'll add 3 more. I see. Generally speaking, the kanji used as a verb almost has the same meaning as the verb. So what's quite nice here is that these are 2 kanji that we already know, right? Because we have the verb like to have is motsu, and that is this kanji. This is the same mo in motsu, And then here, this is ku, which is in kuru. Now actually, kuru means like to come or to arrive. And so I think you can have like two types of, they say there are two irregular verbs in Japanese, which is suru and kuru, according to DeepSeek. And so this is just motte. Let's ask DeepSeek. So in Japanese, we can stick suru at the end of a verb, at the end of a noun to turn it into a verb, right? For example, rikai suru, comprehension or understanding becomes to understand. Does the same concept apply for kuru? Because also, suru means to do, so is, and rikai means understanding, so is to understand basically to do understanding directly translated. What about kuru? Because I heard there are two irregular verbs, kuru and suru. Let's see. Excellent observation. You've hit one of the most important and productive patterns in Japanese. So 100% correct. Noun plus suru is a verb. It's an incredibly common pattern. So, okay, rikai means understanding, so rikai suru is to understand. Benkyou, yeah, I've learned benkyou suru a while ago. So, okay, this denwa suru, unten suru, this is fantastic. Now, what about kuru? Can we do noun plus kuru? No, not in the same way. You cannot simply attach kuru to a noun to make a verb. Rikai kuru, yeah, okay. There are two irregular adjectives. What kuru can do? As a main verb, it's kare ga kuru, he comes. So then, so what's the deal with motte kuru? Does that have nothing to do with the verb kuru? So talking specifically about verbs with one kanji, like the ones you're studying, I see, and it means to bring, yeah, motte kuru, cool. So let's see what's going on here. So motte kuru actually does have something to do with kuru. You've spotted exactly how kuru does combine with verbs, just not directly with nouns. So motsu is to hold or to carry. Yeah. Then you get motte, which is the tet form of motsu, and then you stick kuru at the end. Come holding something is to bring. So pattern is tet form and then kuru. Hashite kuru is to come running, to come back. I see oyoide kuru. So when you just take this kuru at the end, it adds come to the word. Okay, I'm gonna stop here with the grammar stuff, and I'm gonna give this a go. So this is great, right? Because this is to write, it's kaku, but toshokan also has this kanji here. And there it was like you had one kanji with the reading of to, and you had a kanji with the reading of sho, which was this one. And then kan is like a building, a castle, or a house. So here it's got a reading of ka. There it had a reading of sho, but it's the same one. And of course, writing is something you do to make books. Books are in a library, so it's sort of internally consistent in my mind. And then this kanji, no idea what's going on there. That's just its own thing. So let's give this a go. So we're gonna say that to carry is hakobu. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a reading of ha, ko, and then we just need to write bu for a total of hakobu, which is to carry this into transport. Fantastic. Now, kiru is to wear clothes. So we just need to write the kanji with the reading of ki, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 4, 5, 6. 6 stroke needs to be wide again. There we go. I think it might even be a tad wider than the third. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is the kanji with the reading of ki. In this case, it has a reading of gi when used, for example, shitagi. We stick ru at the end in hiragana for kiru. To stand up, well, that's just tatsu. Once again, thank you so much, Pam LMAO, for pointing out that correction there. So this is just the kanji for to stand up. So of course, we're just going to write that. And that's a reading of ta. We stick tsu here in hiragana for a total of tatsu. And it's the job done. So we'll proceed to the next question. To open is akeru. And like how Pei LMAO pointed out, so basically, this kanji also just means to open. So this is the 7th, 8th, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12 strokes. This has a reading of a. Now, that a is looking a tad sloppy. Let's try and clean that up. So this is keru in hiragana for a total of akeru, to open. Fantastic. Give that a quick check. That looks correct to me. And we'll proceed to live. So to live is ikiru. The kanji with the reading of i means to live or like rebirth. So that does actually help when you kind of try and remember the meanings of these kanji. So it's 1, 2. This is the 3rd stroke. And then the 4th stroke is a bit more narrow than the 2nd. Wait. Okay, cool. So this is the kanji with the reading of I in ikiru. And then we'll just write kiru in hiragana for a total of ikiru, which is to live. Fantastic. And now we're on to motte kuru. So basically, you can take this kanji, which is like, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a reading of mo. And then motsu is just like to have. Now, what you can do is have like the te form and then add kuru. And then you get to bring. I think I sort of get what's going on there grammatically, but in any case, let's write this. I think what you need is you need sokon, and then you write te here, and then we just need kuru. So let's pan this way, zoom in a little bit. We'll write this kanji in red again. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, we've written like kuru loads of times, so that should be pretty straightforward. This is ku. Let's zoom out. We'll put a root there. Now, our answer here is a total of motte kuru, just a bring. That looks in order to me, so we'll give that a pass. Yeah, stroke order here is correct as well. Fantastic. So we'll now move on to write, which is kaku. Now, basically, to explain my thought process on this, library is toshokan. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, not, sorry, new kanji, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then we just write kan here, so it's like that. I'm kind of speed running this just to like not take up too much time. But this is toshokan, and this kanji is what's the ka in kaku. And here it's got a reading of sho, here it's got a reading of ka. I think this has to do with kanji have like onyomi and kunyomi. I always forget which one is which, but one is like the native Japanese reading and one is the Chinese reading. And then of course as well, I think one kanji can have multiple onyomi and multiple konyomi readings. So for all I know, actually what we can do is let's write our answer first and then we'll investigate what the deal is with this kanji. So we'll write kaku. The kanji with the reading of ka, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then, so this has a reading of ka, put ku there. Let's submit our answer. Yeah, that looks correct to me. So I think what we'll do is ask DeepSeek again. Let's see. You got it? Ah, thank you. So hopefully my theory for this this kanji is correct. So it's used in toshokan library, but also kaku to write. What does the kanji mean? And its pronunciation is sho and ka respectively in the two words. Is that onyomi and kunyomi? What is going on? Which of those again is Chinese reading? Okay, so it just means right. Oh, because this is what you were saying once again, like basically for verbs. If it's just one kanji, the kanji also basically means the verb. So this just means to write. We probably stick some hiragana at the end for like grammatical purposes or something. So we have kaku. And that means to write. Ka is the kunyomi, sho is the onyomi. Kunyomi is native Japanese. Onyomi is Chinese. Cool. Now I just need to find a way to always remember what's what. So onyomi kunyomi. Yeah, so this was correct. Cool. Now, okay, so onyomi is Chinese reading. Just gotta remember that. Now, to think, I think is something like omo. So what I'm thinking is you've got some kanji here. I remember there was like a box, some stuff here, and then I just straight up have not learned this. So I'm thinking that this, whatever it is, has like a reading of omo. So let's write that. So it's 1, 2. So this is o. This is mo. Okay, so our furigana was correct. There was indeed a box involved. And we just have these 4 strokes at the bottom. Now, I'd almost argue that this is like a radical or something, because in the word oku, which means 100 million, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And those 4 strokes at the bottom are the exact same ones that I'm seeing here, pretty much. So I think this is some type of radical in Japanese, or some type of pattern that pops up. So let's just practice this kanji. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the third stroke's the vertical one. It's got a total of 9 strokes. Fantastic. So let's just refresh and try that one more time. So to think, okay, so just one minor thing. For library, you keep saying toshokan while it's toshokan. Not using the long sho, but instead just a short one. I see. Thank you so much for pointing out the pronunciation issue. Toshokan. Toshokan. Hi, arigato. Okay, so to think is omo. So for example, this OU here is a long O sound. Whilst for toshokan, it's a short O. There's just one O, that's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third stroke's vertical. 6, 7, 8, 9. This has a reading of omo, o, mo. And then we just put a U there. For a total of omo.
思う、
Great. Now, I think what I'll do, I'm just noticing that my battery is going down. So I'm just gonna put in a charger. Okay, that's better. Also, let me just grab a tissue. Sorry, one moment. What do you guys think? Like, is it good for me to keep practicing these verbs? I think we're making good progress, so probably I should just keep doing this. Maybe what I can do is just add a couple more. So I think this is sagasu, and to take, what is that? Yeah, let's add 3 more. So now we're at a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 verbs. Okay, so this is indeed sagasu. Okay, these are all kind of radicals that I'm familiar with at this point, so that's nice. This is the kanji for ear, mimi. And then I know this radical. I've seen that before. Why is mimi into take? Very bizarre. Let's ask DeepSeek. So this means to take, but it has the radical for ear. What is going on? semantic radicals and phonetic components. So on the left side, it's ear. On the right side is right hand. Ear plus hand means to take. Okay, this is some historical Chinese thing. I'm just gonna not go into all of that theory. That's a bit too much. This kanji, I don't even notice like the radicals here or like recognize them. Thank you. In that case, I'll proceed with these kanji. So let's make a start. So I'm going to apply random ordering, and we'll say to bring. Well, that's just motte kuru, right? So we're just going to write the kanji that's also in motsu. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3. This is a radical that comes up a couple of times. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a reading of mo. And then we just write sokon, put a te there. Let's try and clean that up a little bit. And then we just write kuru. So let's zoom out and we'll put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this has a reading of ku. And then we put ru there for a total of motte kuru. Hai. Motte kuru.
持ってくる、
Motte kuru.
持ってくる、
Motte kuru. Motte kuru. Cool. Akeru is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is a reading of a. Okay, there, ru here. Akeru, fine. And then to stand up, well, that's tatsu. Getting these repetitions in, I find is pretty useful to kind of cement this in my brain. So the kanji, which means to stand, literally is this one. And of course, it's used in the verb to stand. So this is a reading of ta, put tsu there. To take, I don't even know the reading, but what I do remember was that we basically have this ear thing here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then there was like some, maybe like 4 or so strokes here. Some reading there, some reading there. Let's take a look. Toru is to take. Okay, so 2 strokes here. So it's got a total of 8 strokes. So just get that muscle memory. Let's do that again. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has a reading of to. And then we put ru there for a total of toru, which is to take. Oh, I'm still messing this up because, of course, it's got 8 strokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Toru. Okay, so that's better. So of course we took a look at the answer, so we'll classify that as incorrect and proceed to the next question. So to carry is into transport. Well, that's just hakobu. It's got a total of 12 or so strokes. It's kind of long. So is it something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? No, this is not right. This is the 11th stroke. That's the 12th. Okay, so it's hakobu. This is tricky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So now we're getting closer. I'm just missing 1 or 2 like one more stroke. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But, I'm not so sure about this line here. It seems off to me. But I'm gonna leave it as it is. Ha, cool. And then we put boot there. It's correct. No way. Oh, actually, this 3, it's inverted, so that's incorrect. Almost. Now, to wear clothes, that's kiru. So we start off with this kanji. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is a reading of ki. And then we put ru there for a total of kiru. Fantastic. Then we'll proceed to walk. Okay, so this is a new one. Let's see. Aruku, aruku, aruku. It's got 8 strokes. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try that again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 6, 7, 8. That is a reading of aru. Aru, and then we put a ku there for a total of aruku. Okay, this is ikiru. The kanji, the reading of I. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has a reading of I. And then we put kiru there. To think is omou. And the kanji for that was, oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So this is a reading of learning this many kanji is quite like, it's quite tricky. Okay, so this is omo. Of course, we took a look at the answer, so classify that as incorrect. Here we have one more new one, but let's start with to write. So to write is kaku. And that has a reading. That has a kanji with a reading of ka. So it's 1, 2, wait. Kaku, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, what am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So this has a reading of ka. And we put ku there. Now, of course, we're missing a u here, so this is kaku. And that is spot on, so we'll give that a pass. And then we're proceeding to look for. So this is sagasu. But I don't know the kanji with the reading of saga, so we're just going to have to look here and try and figure this out. So I see. I think I remember that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. So that was basically a series of radicals that we've kind of come across before. So this is sa, ga, su. We took a look at the answer, so we'll classify that as incorrect. And I think what would be good here is to just do one more round. So to stand up is tatsu. The kanji for that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this has a reading of ta. Put tsu there in hiragana for a total of tatsu. That looks spot on. We'll give that pass. To think is omou. So it's 1, 2. This is the third stroke. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a reading of o, mo, and then we put a u there for a total of omou.
思う、
To walk was aruku. But what was the kanji? What was the kanji of the reading of aru? Let's take a quick look. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it was. So this has a reading of aru. We put ku there. So this is wrong as well because these points, so they kind of face this intersection here. So this actually goes from top right to bottom left, not from top left to bottom right. So we want to get that muscle memory. So we'll do that again. Aruku is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8. This is a reading of a, ru, and then we just put ku there. Fantastic. One thing that I'm noticing is that this fifth stroke is not that much deeper, further down than 6 and 7. So stroke order is correct, but we took a look at the answer, so we'll classify this incorrect and proceed to the next question, which is to live, which is ikiru. And for that, we're just going to write this kanji, which means to live, literally. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the reading of I. Then we write ki, ru. To take is toru. Toru. The question is, what's the kanji of the reading of to? Okay, so this is quite confusing. So this actually means air, these 6 strokes. And then when you go like that, it means to take. So we'll put to there, ru here. We took a look at the answer, so classify as incorrect. But I need some type of mnemonic or something to kind of make this stick in my mind for the first couple of times. So maybe we'll take someone to take the air. Let's do that. As like a way to try and like remember what's what. So, because for example with kiru, here I just remember this kanji. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is used in shitagi, which is like underwear. And that's the type of clothes, of course. So that kind of helps me remember what's what. So trying to build those associations in your mind can be quite useful. Sagasu. What was that? So earlier we had this one kanji. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But that was actually the kanji we were reading of ake and akeru. To look for, what was that? Okay, so that's just 3 radicals I already know. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is a reading of sa. Ga. Su. Let's just check the stroke order. So stroke order was correct there. To bring is motte kuru. Motte kuru. So the kanji with the reading of mo, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a reading of mo. Then we put sokon, we put te, and then we write kuru. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a reading of ku. We put ru there. Motte kuru. To open is how did I forget this? I'll come back to that. To write is kaku. So this kanji just literally means to write. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this means to write. It's also used in Toshokan, where it's got reading of sho. Kaku. One thing that we can do is we can ask for this. Is sho the onyomi reading? Chinese reading? Okay, cool. Yeah, for some reason I kind of am, when using verbs, are the kunyomi readings of the kanji used? Yes, almost always. So we found another pattern. When we're dealing with verbs, you tend to use the kunyomi readings. So that's cool. Now, to carry is into transport. Well, that's hakobu. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so that looks correct to me. So this has a reading of ha, ko, and then we put bu here for a total of hakobu. So the question is, what's to open? Oh my god. Okay, so it's akeru. Akeru. And the kanji with the reading of a, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that has a reading of a. put keru there. Now we took a look at the answer, classified as incorrect. And now I've got kind of a smart hack to improve my Japanese here. So basically what I'm going to do is I've got this pages tab here. I'll put it on the second monitor. But basically we got to walk wrong, to take, to look for, and to open. Is that right? Yeah, those four. So I always believe that you should kind of focus on the stuff you're getting wrong, not what you're getting right. So if we do this, and we just highlight the ones that I got wrong. So it was to open, to take, to walk, and to look for. So we can hide the unselected words, and then we can just do the quiz, focus on these four that I'm struggling with. So to open is ageru. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, for a total of. So this has a reading of a. This is geru. I think I might have forgotten to write the dakuten. Oh no, it's ageru. Okay, so that's incorrect again. Now, sagasu, the kanji with a reading of saga, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that is a reading of sa, ga, su. To take is toru. And I now remember this like little mnemonic that I came up with, which was taking the ear. So we just write that. And then it's 7, 8 for a total of. So this kanji has 8 strokes. It's got a reading of to. We put ru there. So this is toru, to take. And then to walk, well, that's akeru. And the kanji with the reading of ake, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this has a reading of ake. Ake. And we just write ru here. Okay, so the kanji is correct. That's the hard part. It's just the reading was wrong. This is aruku. Akeru, of course, is to open. So just gotta lock in. So we're gonna go one more time. We're gonna apply random ordering, scramble the order in which the questions are asked. So to take is toru. Toru. Now, I have this mnemonic about taking the ear to help me remember what the kanji here is. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is to. Now, actually, there are 2 more strokes here. So it's 7, 8. This is a reading of to. Put ru at the end. Fantastic. To walk is aruku. The kanji with the reading of aru, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That has a reading of aru. Put ku there. We're getting somewhere. To open. Yeah, they are pretty easy to mix up indeed. So this is Akeru. Because ageru means it means something else. It's like to what is ageru? It's to give. To give is ageru, right? And we're not even studying that. That's like from the verbs 1 list. Yeah, exactly. Ageru is to give. So let's lock in. So we have to open. That has just a single kanji, the reading of a, which means to open. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a little bit too much. 9, 10, 11, 12. So this has a reading of a. And then we write keru for a total of akeru. To look for is sagasu. And this is just a series of radicals that we're kind of familiar with already. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that just has a reading of saga. Let's write that. So that's sa, ga, su. Now this handwriting is a little bit sloppy. Let's try and clean that up just a tad. So this is ka. We applied dakuten to get ga. And then this is su for a total of saga su. That's 11 strokes indeed. So we'll give that a pass. So I think what I might do now is we've made some good progress. We basically learned 11 verbs with hiragana, katakana, and kanji. I might just revise some topics I'm already familiar with, but where I've made a few mistakes in the past. So let's try that. So I'm going to do hiragana, katakana, kanji, handwrite my answers, and make a start. So sheep is hitsuji. And the kanji for that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that has, of course, a reading of hit, tsu, ji. Chicken is niwatori, niwatori. So that has one kanji, which looks like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That might be one stroke too many. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There we go. So this has a reading of ni, wa, to, ri. Great. Dog is just inu. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a reading of I, nu. No, hey Elmio, what you just pointed out I think is real interesting because I completely agree. Because the way that I tried to remember that was like sheep produce wool and wool is used in clothing. But then what I find very confusing is that the stroke order is different. So for sheep, you've got 1, 2. Let's write our kanji in red. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is the 6th stroke. when you write gi in shitagi, or just, that kanji that means wear, I guess. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then also, like, so here, this vertical line goes below the horizontal one. Here it doesn't. And here, this is the fourth stroke, and here's the sixth. Yeah, the stroke order sometimes changes depending on the kanji, but meanings generally don't. I see. Yeah, that's something that I find quite confusing, that the stroke order changes. But yeah, thank you so much for pointing that out. Because I was so excited. I was like, oh, great, I know the stroke order, and then it turns out that it's different, and it's quite confusing sometimes. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is pig, buta. Buta. Now, the strokes were correct, but the shape is just pretty off. So let's do that one more time. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think that's a bit better. So this is fu becomes bu. Then we put ta here. Fantastic. Cat is neko. And the kanji for that, it's is it 1, 2, 3? Yeah, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this has a reading of neko. Neko. Okay, so that's spot on. We'll give that a pass. Then we'll proceed on to fish. So fish is sakana. The kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's the kanji for fish. And let's write that in hiragana. So this is sa, this is ka, and then that is na, sakana. So that indeed has 11 strokes. So we'll give that a pass and proceed to bird. So bird is tori. And one thing that's nice, so for chicken, this radical also came up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now, of course, chicken is a type of bird, right? So it would make sense that if you stick something over here and then add bird, you get chicken. But in any case, this has a reading of tori. Right? That's our 11 strokes. And then horse, well, that's uma. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is a reading of ma. And then we have rabbit. So rabbit is usagi. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a reading of sa gi. And then cow is ushi. And that looks like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ushi. There we go. So that was all correct. So that's great. So we can now proceed to the body parts topic. So arm in Japanese, well, that's ude. Ude. And that looks like this. So it's I think it's 1, 2, 3. No, not quite. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's the kanji for arm. It's got a reading of u, de, as you can see here. And then we're on to back. So back is senaka. And the kanji with the reading of se, it's quite tricky. It's so we have something here with like 3 or so strokes. Then we have this, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the kanji with the reading of naka is this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I always get mixed up between. Let me show you. So you have in Japanese. I'm gonna get it right this time though. So it's. I think you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this is purple, murasaki. That has 4 strokes here. So for senaka, which is slightly similar, we're gonna put 2, 3 strokes here, and it's I think it's 1. Wait, it kind of looks like that. It's 1, 2, 3. There we go. So let's remove all of this. Okay, so the kanji with the reading of se, it's 1, 2, 3. And then here it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kanji with the reading of naka is that, for a total of se, na, ka. Would you look at that? We got the kanji correct with the reading of se. We'll finally pass this one issue, which is great. So leg in Japanese, that's just ashi. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ashi. Thank you. Yeah, I was so like disappointed that I would keep getting those 2 radicals mixed up in purple and se and senaka. Now, stomach is onaka. And what we're going to do is we're going to write o in hiragana. So this is 1, 2, 3. And then the kanji with the reading of naka, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 11, 12, 11, 12, 13. There we go. So this is a reading of naka. Na, ka, onaka. And then foot is just ashi again. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ashi. Nose is hana. That's got 14 strokes. It's very long. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right? So that has a reading of ha, na, like so. Let's just check this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Would you look at that? Spot on. Fantastic. We'll give that a pass. And then we're going to proceed to ear. Now, this one we've become a little bit familiar with, right? Because toru, which is to take, has this ear radical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this just has a reading of mimi. I is me, so that's going to be a total of 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But we can write that more neatly. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this has a reading of me. Then we're on to head, which is atama. Now, this is something like 1, 2, 3. No. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But that's not quite right. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's got 7 strokes. So this goes from left to right, and then this swoops from top right to bottom left. And it's got a reading of atama. So this is ata ma. Did I get it right finally? Oh. So I wrote this from top right to bottom left, but it's actually the opposite way. So we're going to be super strict, classify this as incorrect, and we're going to move on to finger. So finger is UB. And what is the kanji for this? Could it be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? No. I think that finger is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With a reading of U, B. Because I just, yeah, this is correct. This is correct. Sweet. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth it, but I like just trying to get like good habits of being strict. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got a reading of te. You were the same way as well, like trying to make sure that the stroke order was all in order. Cool. Mouth is kuchi. So this is one of the easiest kanji, and it's like, I think it's also considered a radical. So it kind of comes up over and over. It's just 1, 2, 3. And it's got a reading of ku, chi here, right? It means mouth. Fantastic. Now what I want to do is just one more quick round of atama, just to get that muscle memory. So head in Japanese, that's atama. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This has a reading of a, ta, ma. So we can check the stroke order here. That's a match. Fantastic. So that now gives us the opportunity to proceed to the next topic. So we're gonna do that. So jacket in Japanese, well, that's jacket, to. That's a loan word. So we're gonna write katakana. So this is shi. We apply dakuten to get ji. Half-sized ya to get the yun combination. So this is not ji ya, this is ja. And then we write ke. We write sokoon. That's like this beat of silence. After which we write to, and this sokoon places extra emphasis on the T in to, hence the double T here, for a total of jacket to. Jacket to.
ジャケット、
Jacket to. Yeah, I have a deep passion for kanji and I've spent hundreds of hours just writing them. I love calligraphy. I could do it all day. It's very calming. It is kind of calming, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So now the question is, what's the kanji for boshi? So this, I think, is the kanji with the reading of bull, of a shi. We're going to come back to hat. We'll come back to hat. Skirt is skato. Hi, Jagdeep. Thanks for joining the stream. You're just learning Japanese. I see. So I can give a bit of background here. So for example, the word skirt in Japanese is skato, and that sounds like the English word skirt. So in Japanese, you have loan words that are basically words borrowed from other languages. And when you write those, you write in something called katakana. So that's a syllabary, an alphabet used to write loan words. So I'm writing that in purple here. So if you see me write in purple, I'm writing katakana. Now, this is su, this is ka, this is a dash here that extends the vowel sound in ka. So this is not, this is ka, and then this is to. Skato.
スカート、
Here it's going to be the exact same thing, right? So this is su, ka, fu, skafu. So we're going to write, once again, katakana, because this is a loan word. Skafu sounds like scarf in English. This is a loan word. So it's going to be su, ka, dash to extend the vowel sound. So this is not ka, this is ka. And then this is fu, skafu. And tie is necktie. So this is necktie, right? That's once again English. So this is a loan word. So we're just gonna write ne in hiragana. Sorry, katakana. Then we're gonna write ku, ta, i, necktie. Necktie.
ネクタイ、
Trousers is zubon. Now, I don't know from what language this word was loaned. I don't know any language where trousers is zubon, but this is a loan word. So once again, you're gonna write katakana. Now, this is su. When you apply these two marks, that's called dakuten. S becomes Z. So su becomes zu. And this is ho. Now you're thinking, why am I writing ho? Well, that's because when you apply dakuten, H goes to B. So ho becomes bo. So this is zubo, and then we just need one more N here for a total of zubon, which is trousers. Sweater is seita. Another loan word. It sounds like sweater, right? So you're gonna write se, but what is se in katakana again? Let's think this through. It's this. Extend the vowel sound. Then you write ta, extend the vowel sound again. So this is se, ta. Shoe. So here we're not going to use katakana for one. So shoe is kutsu. Kutsu. And there's another writing system in Japanese. It's called kanji. It's like characters taken originally from Chinese. And Now, of course, it's important for me to remember the actual kanji, because how did this go again? It was, okay, let's do this again. So kutsu is shoe. I think it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, it's coming back to me. 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is the most complicated part of writing Japanese, is this kanji. So this kanji is a reading of kutsu. So I like to write the reading of the kanji in hiragana. So this is ku, that is tsu. This is the third writing system. So you have hiragana, that's in blue, katakana, which you saw in purple, and then kanji is what you're seeing here in red. And this just means shoe. So we can check the stroke order here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That looks all in order. Our reading in hiragana is also correct. And so we're going to proceed to sock. Now, sock is really interesting because it's actually kutsu, shoe, and then shita, which means under. So under shoe is like how you would say sock, directly translated. So let's write that. So we're just going to write that kanji again. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Kutsu. And then this is shita. It's also kanji. And so what I'm now going to do is I'm just going to write the reading. So this is ku. This is tsu. Shoe. And then this is shita. For a total of kutsushita, meaning sock. So that looks in order. Our reading is correct. Yeah, that all looks spot on. We can proceed. So you wrote, I learned the hiragana, took me 2 days now, going to learn katakana from tomorrow. Fantastic. When did you start learning Japanese? So underwear in Japanese, well, that's shitagi. Shitagi. So this here is a kanji that we've seen before in kutsushita. So this is shita again, under. And then we write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, wait. 10, 11, 12. So I think this just means clothes. So this is like underclothes or underwear, basically. So this is a reading of shita. This is a reading of gi in this case. Shitagi, underwear.
下着、
And fortunately, I now remember hat. So hat is bolshi, and it's something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But let's write this a little bit more neatly. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then here it's 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's fantastic. Well done. That's you've learned a lot in 3 days doing all of hiragana. So okay, this is bowl. Okay, so this is whole. I applied dakuten to get bowl. And then this is shi for a total of bowl shi. So this looks spot on, so we'll give that a pass. And we'll proceed to the next topic. So after colors, we're going to do clothes. So pink in Japanese, that's pinku. So we're going to write katakana because this is clearly a loan word. So we're going to write, this is hi. And then you apply handakuten, that's the circle. H becomes P when you do that. And then we're going to write an N followed by a for a total of pinku. Fantastic. And then we're on to blue. So blue is ao. But the question is, what's the kanji? So I think it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a reading of a, o. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fantastic. So we'll give that a pass. And then we're on to brown. So brown is quite interesting. It's chairo. And the kanji for that is, there are 2 of them. So you start off with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a reading of cha. And then the one with the reading of iro, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'll explain why this is interesting. So firstly, this is chi. And we're going to write a half-sized ya. So this is not chi ya, this is cha. This is a blended syllable called the hiragana yun combination. This is a reading of iro. But the reason why this is interesting to me is this means tea. That means color. So tea color, well, the color of tea is brown. So basically, when you say brown in Japanese, you're literally saying like tea color. So let's take a look. That is indeed 9 strokes, so we'll give that a pass. This is iro. Fantastic. Now, orange in Japanese is orange. Orange. And I really want to learn Japanese, but I don't have much guidance, I see. So, of course, I'm also still like learning Japanese, but I think the best thing that you can do is like, learn hiragana, learn katakana, start practicing, learning some vocabulary, immerse yourself in the language by like reading and listening Japanese. And I think as well, what you want to do is like do something called like active recall. So for example, orange, right? I have to basically like generate in my mind, oh, this is orange, and then write orange. Orange. So what I could be doing is I could go like to say the website here, and I could say I'm going to do writing systems. I'm going to study hiragana. Then I say, oh, I'll take a quiz, and I'm going to go from Japanese to English, and I'll just do this quiz like this. But in a way, this is a little bit easy because, of course, if you look at this table, hiragana is sorted in this kind of order where it's like a, I, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, sa, shi, su, se, so. So if you do a quiz like this, for example, it's not that hard. Whilst if you say, oh, I'm going to apply random ordering, like now you actually have to think it through and be like, oh, this is su, this is ma, this is u, this is ko, this is ro, this is, what is that? Is that ni? I. And then, like what would be even harder would be, for example, if you swap the languages and you write the characters yourself. So for example, su is that, ma is this one. So you can like study the same concept but in different ways and then kind of increase the difficulty level accordingly. I mean, that's just like my opinion, of course. So just kind of sharing my 2 cents. But of course, I'm still a beginner at Japanese, so what do I know? Now, green in Japanese is midori. Midori. So the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Right? So this is a reading of mi, do, So we apply dakuten to the to to get do. And then this is ri. So that looks spot on. So we'll give that a pass. And then we're going to go to kuro, which is black. And the kanji for that, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? I think it might be. Kuro. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. I think the vertical stroke is 5. 5. Yeah. Now, gray is kind of interesting, right? So gray in Japanese is ash color, directly translated. But I'm kind of jumping ahead. Let me write the kanji first. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, this is a reading of hai. That has a reading of iro. So in total, that's hairo. And this means ash. And that means color. Now, of course, the color of ash is gray. So when you're saying gray in Japanese, you're literally saying like ash color. And the way that I remember that this is the kanji for ash as well, this is the kanji for fire. It even looks a little bit like a fire. And then I kind of imagine that this is like a roof. And so when you have a roof on a fire, it's sort of deprived of oxygen. And a flame deprived of oxygen produces ash. And so it kind of makes sense that this is kanji for ash. If that makes sense. In any case, let's submit our answer and proceed to the next question. So white in Japanese is shiro. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strokes. And I think that this has a reading of shi, ro. So that indeed has 5 strokes. So we'll give that a pass. And then we're going to go to the next one. So red in Japanese, well, that's aka. It's funny that we're writing our kanji now also in aka. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is a reading of aka. So a, ka. Fantastic. So we'll give that a pass. So you're saying, is it necessary to learn kanji for conversation? So from what I understand, it helps, but no, like I think you can learn like a decent amount of conversational Japanese, maybe perhaps without kanji. But then the thing is, without kanji, you can't read. And reading is a great way to kind of absorb Japanese. So you can avoid it, of course, but it's a really pivotal part of Japanese. So I think it would make it difficult to go beyond a certain level. Now, this is purple. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This has a reading of mu, ra, sa, ki. But the real question is, so we have this, I'll put a circle around it. We've got this radical here. The question is, what's the correct stroke order? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? I'm going to say that this is the first, that's the second. Come on. Yes, this is indeed the second stroke. That's the third, that's the fourth. So this is a pass, and we can proceed to yellow. So yellow in Japanese, that's kiro. And the kanji for that, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What am I doing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is kiro, or the kanji with the reading of ki, but we can write this a little bit more neatly. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This has a reading of ki. This has a reading of iro, for a total of kiro, which means yellow. And let's just check here. Oh, this is so unfortunate because pretty much everything here is right except the ratio between the first and the fourth stroke. So the fourth is narrow. Sorry, the first one is narrow and the fourth is super wide. So I'm going to be strict and I'm going to classify this as incorrect, but we were so close. Now, one thing that I want to point out is if we look here, gray has iro, brown has iro, yellow has iro. So this means color, and it just pops up over and over and over. So it's very useful for colors to kind of remember that kanji. So let's now go on to days of the week. So after learning hiragana and katakana, should I do vocabulary 2 to 4,000 words and then do kanji, or do kanji first and then vocabulary? Let me just do a couple of words and then I'll get back to your question. So Thursday in Japanese is mokuyobi, and I think days of the week is always kind of useful to learn, right? So this is the kanji with the reading of moku. This is the kanji with the reading of yo. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then this is the kanji with the reading of bi. Now, so this kanji is the reading of moku. And then this is a reading of yo. This is a reading of bi, for a total of mokuyobi, which is Thursday. Let's take a look, see if this is correct. Okay, that looks like a pass to me. That all looks correct, so we'll give that a pass. So after learning hiragana and katakana, should I do vocab? All I can tell you is the approach like that I'm trying to use. So I did hiragana and katakana first. Then I started learning some vocabulary using just hiragana and katakana. And then after I learned about 300 words of hiragana and katakana like words, I went back and started doing the kanji for those. And then as I'm learning the kanji, I'm now also, I've just very recently started practicing this, is like doing like a reading kind of practice. So like breaking down sentences, looking at the grammar. And I'm also of the opinion that I think I'm using the approach where I want to acquire kanji by learning vocabulary. So what you can do is like learn a bunch of kanji, but then you don't know the words. Or what you could do is like learn vocabulary, and then kind of as you go, you pick up the kanji. So just learn, like, for example, Toshokan is library. Learn the kanji for that. And then I think that is quite useful. So this is sui, kanji with the reading of sui. And then every day of the week just ends in yobi, which is this kanji. So this has a reading of sui, yo. Because I did some research on how people learn Japanese, and I think, at least in my mind, it makes more sense to start with vocabulary, acquire kanji that way, then learn like a bunch of kanji and then learn vocabulary later. So this is 1, 2, 3. So that's the kanji with the reading of do. And now, as usual, we're just going to write yobi. So this has a reading of do. This has a reading of yo. That has a reading of bi. For a total of doyobi, Saturday. Friday is kinyobi. Now this is one that I've gotten wrong over and over. So let's hope that I can get it right today. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please let me get this right. Now, of course, this stays the same as usual. So it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We'll zoom out. This is the kanji with the reading of bi. So this has a reading of kin. So that's ki. That's n. This is yo. And that's bi. But let me just focus on this. So this is 1, 2. I think the fourth, so this is 1, 2, 3. I think this fourth stroke's a bit wider than the third. 5, 6, 7, 8. Please let this be correct. Please, please, please. Yes, we got it. We got it. Okay, so this is kin yobi. All of the readings are correct. The kanji are correct. So we can proceed to the next question. So Monday in Japanese, well, that's getsuyobi. Pei LMAO. Thank you so much for joining the stream. See you next time. See you around. Mata ne. So getsuyobi is how you would say Monday in Japanese. And basically, you've got this kanji here. I think it can mean month. It can mean like moon. And it sometimes has a reading of tsuki. Sometimes it has a reading of gatsu. Here it's got a reading of getsu. But basically, that is the kanji with reading of getsu. Then we just write yobi like usual. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so this has a reading of, let's zoom in. So this is ke. We apply dakiten to get ge. This is tsu. So this is getsu. Yo. Bi. So that looks correct to me. So we'll give that a pass. Hi. Sorry, Charan came 224. You asked earlier why who is different. What does that question mean? I'm not quite sure if I follow. So now Tuesday is kayobi. Let's try and write that a little bit more neatly. So this is kayobi, and the kanji for that is actually the kanji for fire. So this is ka, and then as usual, it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so kayobi means Tuesday, if that's what you're asking. So this has a reading of ka. This is yo. And then this is bi. So yeah, basically, here's the question being posed in English, and then I just write the response there, if that's what you were asking. And then Sunday is ni, chi, yo, bi, right? So this is kind of interesting. So this is the kanji with the reading of nichi. Now you may recognize that from somewhere else. Hopefully you do. So this is the same kanji as always. It's always going to be like yobi. And I wrote this a little bit too sloppily. So let's try and clean this up a little bit. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is actually the same kanji, but here it has a reading of nichi. And then here it's got a reading of B, right? So cool, we got them all right. Why don't we try verbs too? So I was actually practicing the first 11 verbs here. So I'm gonna select words. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 verbs here. And let's see how many of these I remember. So I started practicing this like today only. So to bring in Japanese is mo te kuru. Now we actually learned motsu, which is like to have. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sorry, let me just try and clean that up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this has a reading of mo. So motsu means like to have. If you take out the, and it's the same kanji here used in motte kuru, which is to bring. So here we just need to write soko on, which is like this beat of silence with a half-sized su, followed by te, and then we just write kuru. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This has a reading of ku, and then we put ru there for a total of motte kuru. Motte kuru. Now to wear clothes is kiru. Kiru. So let's take a look. This is the kanji for to wear clothes, I suppose. It's 12 strokes. And then you just write ru at the end. This has a reading of ki. And I think what helps as well is that we've kind of come across this kanji before in clothes. So shitagi, this kanji comes up, right? So yeah, I think like if you've downloaded JLPT N5 vocab, that would definitely help for sure. So this is aruku. By the way, like as well, so this website I've built myself. I'm a software engineer, and so I've kind of built this app to teach myself and others like foreign languages. And so Jajdeep, like feel free to check out the website and see also if that can help you. But yeah, there are loads of resources available online. Now, I'm trying to remember this kanji with the reading of aruku. Let's think this through. So is it, I think this is 5, 6, 7, 8. So there were 4 strokes here, but what were they? Was it 1, 2, 3? We'll come back to that one. Let's try to carry. So that's hakobu. And the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. I'm just going to write this one more time neatly. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. We've got it. So this has a reading of ha, ko. This is fu. We apply dakuten to get bu for a total of hakobu. Hakobu. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So we'll give that a pass. And then we have to write. So to write is kaku. Now the kanji for that, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's correct, but of course the spacing is a little bit crazy. So let's try and clean that up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's better. Now, this kanji means to write. So we just stick ku at the end. But actually, it also comes up in toshokan, which is library. Now, of course, you write books. Books are in a library, so it sort of makes sense that that kanji would be used. There it has a reading of shou, which is the Chinese pronunciation. That's the onyomi. Here we're looking at the kunyomi, the native Japanese reading for this kanji. So here it's ka, there it's shou. It's the same kanji. So here we have it, a total of 10 strokes. And we'll now proceed to live. So to live is ikiru. And the kanji for that, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a reading of I. This is ki, ru. Now that was a very sloppy ki. Let's try and clean that up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's the third stroke. Great. Now to take is toru. Toru. The question is, what's the kanji? So I think what you do is you write this kanji, which is like air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. And then it's 7, 8. 7, 8. This is a reading of to. Now, why the air radical is in the verb for to take, I have no idea, but that's just the way it is. So this is ru in hiragana for a total of toru. So give that a pass, and we'll proceed to the next question. So this is omou, and the kanji, the reading of omou, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's not right. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a reading of omou. Oh, wait, hold on now. This is 1. This is o. This is mo. And then we write a u here for a total of omou. Fantastic. Now to stand up is tatsu. The kanji with the reading of ta, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That has a reading of ta. Put tsu there for a total of tatsu. To look for is sagasu. So what was the kanji for that? Come back to that one. To open is akeru. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is a reading of a, ke, ru. Sorry, it has a reading of a, and then we just write keru in hiragana. What was sagasu? I think it was 1, 2, 3. There was this at the bottom. It was like 1, 2, 3, and then it was like 9, 10, 11, 12, or I think maybe like 11 strokes in total. So this is 4 strokes here. That's 3. So we just need 4 there. What was it? Come on. It was 1, 2, 3, something, 9, 8, 9, 10, 11. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so frustrating. I just know there are 4 strokes here. Let's take a quick look. Oh my god. Okay. So in total, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That has a reading of sa, ga, su. And we'll classify that as incorrect because I had to take a look at the answer. And then to walk, well, that's aruku. And that one is tricky as well because it's it was like this. It's a 4 stroke. This was 5. That was 6. That was 7, and then this was 8. So what's the first 3 strokes? Okay, so it's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the vertical line comes first. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So this is a reading of aru. And then we put ku there for a total of aruku. Now, of course, we took a look at the answers and classified as incorrect. And I think this might be the perfect place to stop the stream for today. I think in the next stream, I will try this one more time and then perhaps like learn some more verbs. Because, of course, I just did the first 11, but basically, if we uncheck random ordering, as you can see, there's actually an additional 14 verbs here. So I think that would be, you know, trying to make headway with these next 14 verbs as well would be a great goal for the next stream. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff if you want to support the channel. That would also support me in continuing to develop lingocommand.com. That's the website that we've been using in today's live stream. It also comes with an accompanying iOS app. So that's basically the exact same functionality as what's here, but then in the form of a mobile app. So that's got iOS, so it's on iPhone, and it's also on iPad. But in any case, thank you so much for watching, and bye to everyone who's been watching. See y'all in the next live stream. Take care. Bye-bye.